Hello, I'm Dr. Wendy Rowley, and this is the fourth episode of What You Can Do Now in the New Energy. I'm probably not going to keep naming them, but it helps you if you've just tuned in to know because I don't do all the different pictures on the thumbnails because I particularly don't like the style of it. I don't think it's very attractive. I know they say you're supposed to do it, but I prefer something more benevolent to look at. Anyway, that's just me. I tend to be a little bit of an artist. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the way, and the topic I know is going to be more about the changing energy that's going on. So let's see what we can learn and do or be in the new energy. Oh, good day to you, dear beings of light. This is Aliene of Cosmic Service, Pleiadian Mother of Sound. We would like this one to do something first before we bring in information. We're going to ask her to do a sound alignment that is going to bring you to a space that's going to feel very benevolent. And it's going to take you to a space that is part of the new divine feminine energy coming in that is going to be here at the end of the year, but we already have it. And we decided, let's give you a taste of it so that you have a little bit of a carrot, so that you have greater understanding on why new energy brings in new flavors, new directives, new of the Supreme Being, new information, and new healing abilities, and new evolutionary abilities, because you all like that word right now. Evolution, 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 which we explained a little bit more in the second episode. So we're going to have her do this in sound, and then we will be back. All right, dearest beings of light, this is Aliene of Cosmic Service, your Pleiadian Mother of Sound, your YouTube Pleiadian Mother of Sound, bringing in new information on the new energy. Okay, so that alignment, this one was in the background going, well, wait a minute, we haven't had an upgrade to that new divine feminine, so how can we feel that? Well, guess what? You all just had it. An upgrade to the divine feminine connection for this year. That's what this alignment is. It's an upgrade to the new divine feminine evolutionary energy of this year. And then it takes a bump up next year and the following year. And then for the next 3 years, it percolates in various levels. But you first have to bump up before it can percolate in. And that's the way you move up to energy, to bring in a higher vibration. Okay, so what is changing in the new energy this year? We, at the June solstice, begin our move over to the Christ archangelic beings, which we do at the shift change time of a planetary system. And that is purposeful. And when we do that, it shifts a lot of things. And it brings in an incredibly benevolent flavor through the human consciousness grid, where people are going to go, wow, something is changing. And by the June solstice, afterwards, from June solstice through mid-August, people are going to be starting to feel that. And they're going to be going, what is going on? Something feels really different, and I like it. You all deserve that after everything you all have been going through. So that's one thing that will be happening. Another thing that will be happening is that the energies at the end, the best way we can say it is, when you reach the end of an old paradigm that is no longer going to be used, some people call it the divine blueprint of the creative source, as if there's a blueprint there that we are all working on. That's a nice picture. But we call them directives, meaning that they are kind of like, not commands, they are suggestions. It would be a good idea if you did this at this point. It might be helpful if you tried this. It might be helpful if you made this connection. It might be helpful if you shifted that out and brought that one in. And so the paradigm you all have been working on is no longer working. And some people brought forward information that this one had heard at one point in the 80s, that this old civilization would not be destroyed, but a new one would be built right over it. And that was different and had never happened before. And that is true. In the past, a civilization would just, and that would be the end of that, and another one would form. But the earth was not a connected place like it is now. And do you think it's appropriate that that happen anymore? No, it wouldn't work so well anymore. So the paradigm has to shift. So the old paradigm that you were working on no longer works. And the other thing that's happening this year, at the end of the December solstice, before the December solstice happens, but to us it's already happened, because your now is our past, if we may say it that way, there is an upgrade, shift happening over to a new, if you want to call it the divine blueprint, if you want to call it a new set of supreme being directives of ideas and suggestions, or if you want to call it a new upgrade to new potentials and better ways of being, however you want to look at it, it's starting this year, and it begins at the end of the year. So you have that flavor percolating in, believe it or not, because you feel things before they happen, even though you might not be aware of that as a collective soul group level. And that work has been proven. And it's out there in the Heart Field, the Heart Math Institute, and Global Coherence Project, and the Global Consciousness Initiative, and many, many, many other pieces of work. So you can find that out there on the web. So the upshifting of energy, and the third and final part of it is that there are connections being made to allow all of this to communicate. Like a new superhighway. And it's the part we talked about between your Akash of your higher self, between your galactic Akash that you all have, individually and collectively, and it is happening and upgrading and doing it. This one started to think, and I'm unfortunately, I lost my thought a little bit, so forgive me on that one, because she's contemplating new ideas too. So forgive us for that, but we pretty much got out what we were going to say. So we're going to end this session. You are dearly loved. Expect benevolence in all you do, and peace be with you. All right, Dr. Wendy Rowley here, and I apologize for starting to contemplate and wonder in the background. I try to be a pure channel, but we are human after all. And it's new information for the way it's opening up. So there you are. So I hope you're enjoying the information in this new series, and I have a feeling it's going to be very, very inspiring. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.